In 2017, Assyrian Arts Institute commissioned Ninos Chammo, a world-renowned Assyrian artisan of innovative sculptures, paintings, and design, to create Mesopotamian Creche. Ninos grew up in Italy. He attended the Academy of Fine Arts of Florence, where he discovered his greatest passion of all, sculpting. Mesopotamian Creche is a 13-foot landscape of Assyrian villages and royal palaces, with over 35 hand-carved ceramic figurines and wooden structures, representing the Assyrian culture and heritage. This masterwork is built to travel to reputable museums and universities as a vibrant work of art and the outstanding interpretation of the Nativity story, based on the Syriac Christian tradition and text from Revelation of the Magi. According to the legend, there were 12 Magi, 3 kings and 9 notables, that journeyed from the east to Judea, paying homage to the infant Christ. It is known that they were descendants of Seth, third son of Adam and Eve, natives of the far eastern land of Shir, near Nod, that place in which Adam and his descendants lived. Seth had received prophecies and recorded them in the books of commandments, foreboding, without a doubt, the first books ever to appear on earth. These commandments were transmitted from one generation to the next, from the time of Seth, and were subsequently laid in the Mountain of Victories in the east of the land of Shir, in a cave called the Cave of Treasures, Ma'artat Geze, in which Adam deposited the treasures he took from paradise, until the Lord with divine nature came. The gifts were actually symbols of what Jesus was to become: gold for a king, frankincense for a high priest, and myrrh for a great physician. The books contained instructions for Seth's offspring to wait for the appearance of a star of indescribable brightness, which would herald the birth of God in human form. One of the commandments reads as follows: "In zeal and joy, with love and lively perfect care, go carrying pure gifts. Go where the light of the star will lead you, and you will see a great and miraculous sign." In this way, the Magi were predestined to pay homage to Christ when he came into the world, and generations of them awaited the prophecy's fulfillment over thousands of years. In expectation of the event, they ascended to the top of the sacred mountain, where they stood for days at a time in silent prayer, waiting for the star to appear. Finally, 2 years before the Messiah was born, the long-prophesied star appeared in the east, which surpassed all the stars. It descended from the heavens in front of the Cave of Treasures. Descending from the mountain, the 3 kings with their treasures in their hands, following the star as their guide, went forth from their country along with the 9 men who accompanied them. On the 2-year journey from Shir to Bethlehem, which was completed as if in the blink of an eye, the power of the star's light leveled mountains and hills under the Magi's feet. They walked across the rivers, and food supplies were constantly refreshed by the same miracle. However, the star which guided the Magi was invisible to everyone but them. On the way to Bethlehem, when the 3 kings and 9 noblemen reached Achmethan, and when King Pir-Shabur heard of their arrival, he summoned them to him, and they told him, "The King of Kings will be born, the God of gods, and the light of light. And this star has come to inform us concerning his birth, so that we may go, bring him offerings, and pay homage to him." Pir-Shabur then sent them on their way, with more gifts to bestow upon the newborn king. The 3 kings and their 9 attendants continued till they arrived in the city of Ha in Turabdin, which at the time was the center of a kingdom ruled by King Hana, Yohanan, who summoned them to him in order to discover the purpose of their journey. The Magi said that they were following a star, which they understood as the sign of a newborn king in the land of Judah. When he heard this, King Hana invited the 9 attendants to stay with him in Ha, as an assurance that the 3 Magi would return with a sign from the newborn king. The 3 kings were sidetracked to Jerusalem, where the star disappeared. They left Jerusalem and the star reappeared. They moved on to Bethlehem, where they eventually found a cave following the bright star. The star then entered the cave, filling it with light. The 3 kings entered the cave and found the infant in the manger. The age of the child at the time of their visit is said to be 8 days. The three kings took off their crowns and put them at his feet, for his is the everlasting kingdom. They brought forth their treasures before him, the treasures which had been intended for the King of Kings, hidden away since the time of Seth. When they offered him the gifts, bowing down and paying him homage, the child said, "Peace to you, you sons of the east. I am a ray of light, whose light has shone in this world from the majesty of the Father, sent by him to fulfill everything that has been spoken about me in the entire world. I will be with you to the end, and you will be my witnesses in the land of the east, and my disciples, chosen by me to spread my gospel." The Magi stayed for 3 days in Bethlehem and could see how the hosts of invisible angels descended and ascended, appearing before the Messiah. One of the Magi said, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a child is given. He is really God, this King,